asked me what's the relationship between poetry and journalism, and I think one hand washes the other, both storytellers. And so this first piece is a piece based on what I heard in the news when I read it. Dear Justice, where have you been? I've been searching for you for a very long time, and I can't remember the last time I saw your face. Don't you hear them screaming? Young Aboriginal children forced into residential schools with the hopes of gaining an education. Instead, the priest studied their anatomy and taught them not a lesson in physics but in physical abuse. Justice. In the court of law, we swore on the Bible that swears on you. But where were you when those who swore on the Bible committed genocide and then swore it was you? Justice. Why weren't you in Mogadishu when a woman was stoned to death with a baby in her belly? Meanwhile, you find me for jaywalking across the street when across the street there was a woman stoned to death with a baby in her belly. Justice. You didn't pick an aisle seat on that Greyhound, heading to somewhere, heading to nowhere, heading goes off neck, heading goes armchair, heading going on floor, heading going nowhere, but now the killer's in a mental institution. Justice. Is that you? Is that you that keeps Mumia behind bars, or roofies in the drinks and the cocktails in bars, or young African children making us delicious chocolate bars? Justice. Why weren't you in the basement in Austria where a man raped his own daughter and his daughter's daughter? Messed up situation where his grandkids are his kids and his kids are the parents of his kids and his kid is his lover. He claims that he loves her, but to his kid and his kid's kid he's nothing but another mother. Justice. It's sad when they call him great papa or granddad when there's nothing great or grand about him. You say he's sick, I say he's evil. You say inhumane, I say it's people, but justice, you claim that we're all created equal, except for the spawn of this incestuous coward, whose eyes are closer than average, as though to peer into their soul to realize that their innocence was stolen before they were born. They have a broad forehead, as to perceive the drama of a forehead, when they realize that their family tree is dead and has no roots but one rotten fruit. Justice. You mean to tell me that O.J. Simpson didn't do it? You mean to tell me that Casey Anthony didn't do it? Or that Mike Vick gets 6 for fighting pigs? Come on, Justice. I liken you to Santa Claus. We all hope for you, but we never see you coming. I liken you to Santa Claus. Some old white man trying to be you. I liken you to Santa Claus. You think you know who's been naughty and nice, but you have no clue, do you, Justice? Where are you, Justice? What are you, Justice? Is justice just, or is just is just is? Just isn't what just was or what just is, no. I'm starting to wonder if there's even justice or if there's just us. Thank you. This next piece is also about stories that I found through journalism. Kay. Her name is Kay. Born in 1947, Moscow. Her father, Mikhail, was a soldier with the USSR Army. Once a week, he would take his daughter to the ballet. She loved how her father would hold her in his hands. She enjoyed listening to the feet of the dancers as they pattered to the rhythm of the melody, like ba 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 ba. Her beauty undeniable. She was long, strong, and powerful. Her skin glowed under the sun with remarkable beauty and glistened in accordance with the stars by moonlight. As she grew, she became the lust of many men. They loved the way she felt in their hands, the way she made them feel safe, the way she made them feel like men, and Kay loved them back. Because when they held her, she was reminded of the Moscow ballet and how the feet of the dancers pattered to the rhythm of the melody, like ba 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 ba. Kay loved to travel. She visited men in the trenches of Germany, the villages of Finland, the temples of China, and the caves of Afghanistan. But when she landed in Africa, she was home. She was at peace with the heat. The red soil beneath her feet made her feel loved, and the men showed her an affection she had never known. She was with the most powerful African men, really silly reptilian Nigerian men who willy-nilly siphoned and siphoned 40 billion from Nigerian civilians. She had affairs with the poorest of boys who clung to her like a teddy bear, young Congolese children with no vision, who with decision caused division by stealing United Nations food provisions. But Kay got carried away, allowed herself to be taken advantage of. You see, they didn't love her like she loved them. They loved her body and the way she made them feel powerful like men. All she longed for were the times when they would stroke her neck as she sang to the rhythm of the Moscow ballet, like ba 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 ba. She would do anything to be reminded of the Moscow ballet. She would fall into the hands of the world's most dangerous men. She would kill for it, and in fact she did. Rwanda, Uganda, Somalia, Ethiopia, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Millions died from the touch of her lips. Kay, a.k.a. Kalashnikov, named after her daddy, Mikhail Kalashnikov, born in 1947. Kay, a.k.a. K-47. A kiss from her lips would send you to heaven. Brothers rushing just to hold her, others styling when they see her, but all bow as she sings to the rhythm of the Moscow ballet, like ba 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 ba. This last piece was inspired from definitely from working in news media about what stories matter. We talked about agenda setting and how we choose stories and the same thing I think also applies to poetry. So. I have a sixth sense. But I do not see dead people, I hear deaf people. Depressed, dejected, and oppressed people. People without a breath people. They're all saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. I could have been a doctor, a lawyer, or a shoe salesman, no. Instead, I chose to be a poet, journalist, acting as a voice for the voiceless, mouth for the mouthless, the lung for the breathless, the soul for the soulless. They're all saying, pick me. And so this sixth sense touches all of my senses. I can sense the scent through my nose of a homeless man who knows the thin line between genius and madness. His sixth sense of innocence, of incense is saying, pick me. When I touch the belly of a battered baby, I can sense when her muscles tense, her intense, tense tendons are saying, pick me. My pupils see through peoples, the pupils of people who do not make no sense, who do not make no sense. It's nonsense to think that common sense is common to common people, but come on, people, this sense is intense. They're all saying, pick me. And I taste the succulent sustenance of suspense. I spit out tenses and 10 sentences for the man on death row with 10 sentences. He's saying, pick me. But I have failed. I failed because I feel them, I sense them all, the black female, the forgotten, the begotten, the poor, those in the middle of a crisis wondering where Christ is, the monks in Thailand fed up saying, Phuket, the victims, geez, us, they have their hands up saying, pick me. Their bodies are gone. Their hope has perished, but they're in need of their song and their spirit to live on. And this is my chance. And so I pick, and I pick, and I pick, but I pick wrong. I read a poem about my name, a poem about my ex-girlfriend, a poem about my laptop. I have murdered their soul. I have destroyed their tongue. I guess I should have been a shoe salesman after all. You see, then at least I would have saved their soul or repaired their tongue. I believe as poets, journalists, activists, entrepreneurs, God has given us a gift. Nothing has come into existence without it being spoken first, but yet sometimes I write poems for judges with scoreboards who grade my soul out of 10. But if I pick right, a 10, a 5, a 1 could mean that those people without a voice are given one for at least a few moments. But if we pick wrong, you and I will be haunted by that eerie, ever-pervading sound of the ghosts of the deaf saying, pick me,